I think relationships and relationship-based practice is the very core of what we do. Everything that our social workers do with young people is about forming relationships and using themselves to be a support and an advocate for the young people that they work with.
I think being a social worker is amazing. It's not easy, but it's the best job that I've ever done. I love doing it. I love meeting children, I love meeting families, and I think that if you're interested in it and if you feel like you've got the energy and the enthusiasm, you can absolutely make changes.
The most rewarding things about being a social worker is getting to support people to make changes. A lot of the people that we work with, a lot of the families are in crisis. So you get out to meet them, understand their problems and help them look for solutions. So you get to see change a lot of the time, which is really positive.
A lot of the work that I did previously was around pastoral support. It was about looking after children, and I really enjoyed that, and I thought that if I worked in social work I would get to do more intervention work with children and really make a difference.
Well, it all started about 24 years ago when East Sussex gave me the opportunity to work as a family support worker, and from that I had the opportunity to become a social worker, and Children's Services supported me to do that. And then from there I kind of developed a bit more of an interest in working therapeutically, both as a social worker but thinking more about families where parents use drugs and alcohol.
I can think of one particular young woman who we started working with when she was 15, and at that time her life was in complete crises and chaos, and she really fought against every form of support because she'd been let down by so many people and had a lot of different social workers before she came to Through Care. And we allocated her a newly qualified social worker, and it was just a brilliant match. And they learnt together and spent 4 years working really closely together as that young person began to become more settled, found accommodation that suited her, found something that she wanted to do with her life, achieved a maths GCSE, which was a massive achievement when she hadn't been in school previously.
A time that I was working with someone and I really felt that there was a change was when I'd been working with them for quite a while and they just wouldn't meet me. They wouldn't answer the door ever. And I remember going to some training and having a conversation about what I could do differently. And for the first time, I hadn't thought of it before, I said, "What do you think should be on the child's plan? What do you think we should be doing? What's important to you?" And then after that, things just completely changed, and she wanted to meet with me and she was more engaged and she was more interested, and I realised that actually really asking her for her perspective, I hadn't done that in that instance, and that was so important to making change.
I think one of the most unique things about East Sussex for me is their commitment to drug treatment services. In other local authorities, these services are in the voluntary sector. So it is quite unique that East Sussex has drug treatment integrated within children's services.
The most rewarding thing about being a social worker is when you meet children and they don't trust you initially, and then they really start to trust you and you think, yeah, this person likes me, they trust me, and I can keep them safe.
If you know that you've got compassion, kindness, you want to work with families, enable families, then this is the job for you. You have to put the hours in, for sure, but as an organisation we're able to mitigate against those stresses with lots of flexible working and supporting.
Bite the bullet and go for it. It has huge rewards. I think it is about finding the right role for you, and the way to do that, as I did really, is to work in different parts of the service and find out where you fit, and I think East Sussex are really good at giving people that opportunity.
My advice to anybody thinking about a career in social work would be to reach out to the social work education team. In East Sussex we have a really good team that is dedicated to recruiting and retaining social workers, and they can talk through any anxieties that someone may have, look at training options.
East Sussex is a great place to work because it's innovative and creative local authority. It strives to do better and tackle some of the issues that often our families face, whether that be trialling new services or generating new ideas. There is always something new and inspiring to be a part of working for this local authority.
One of my core roles is to ensure that I promote and enable a really nurtured and supported team and staff workforce so that they can nurture and care for the families that they support. We've got a great workforce, great teams, great staff. I think we work really well together, really committed workforce, really integral, but more importantly, I think our leadership and our senior managers have got the same integrity that our social workers have got, so it's a real systemic leadership approach. I think it's an absolute privilege to do our job.